Welcome back to Kansas City. Today, we're going to talk about something very common in questions that we get from independent brokers when we start to work with them. American Trust Administrators works through general agents almost exclusively around the country. This is something we have done for decades, and we have developed incredible relationships with our generals for a couple of different reasons. But the important part of this conversation is we're going to go through why independent brokers win when they go through a general agent or work with a general agent on, now I'm going to speak specifically to the level funded space, but this is more broadly to the independent insurance and financial product space. General agents provide a lot of deep value to their brokers in the field. Now we're going to go through what this means to the independent broker, how this helps them, and how it helps them go faster, place more business, and have a little bit better life. Okay, what is a general agent? Well, a general agent is the entity that sits and aggregates for a specific market players, expertise, guidance, scripts, marketing, all of these things that the independent brokers need. Now, the general agents work with independent brokers, and there's, in general or broad strokes, there's a large difference between those captive agents who have to sell a certain carrier's programs and those who are free to sell what they think is best for their client. That is a big bifurcation in the market. The captive agents have to sell that carrier's program more or less, period. On the independent side, these brokers are free to shop the market and find what's best for their clients. Now, Tom, if you say they're free, why does a general agent need to be involved? Well, the general agent does a lot of that legwork for them. Additionally, the general agent has a lot more experience with the same problems that the independent brokers have, but instead of dealing with them once every 10 years, they're dealing with them every month because they have a large book of business, which gives them greater and greater experience, which helps them develop deeper and deeper expertise. So the first big reason, their first big benefit to the independent brokers is they gain more expertise by working through and with a general agent. That general has seen these problems before, right? The second big thing that a general agent is going to do for the independent broker is they're going to aggregate a vetted list of programs and players that they think are ethical, that they think provide good products, and that they already have access to. So instead of you being the independent agent going out in there and getting appointed with one at a time and chipping it away and spending an entire year or years of your life developing the contracts that are needed to play with these great carriers or great TPAs, these general agents already have this done for you. So it's a quicker way for you to go from I want to work in this space to now I have an advocate on my side of the table that has deep experience here that can answer a lot of these questions rather than me having to figure it out all by myself. Now, the definition of dumb is doing the same thing over and over again and starting and expecting different results. Intelligent people make one mistake once and then they learn from it. But the truly wise learn from other people's mistakes. Folks, general agents enable you to tap into wise people because they've seen these problems before. Another big thing that general agents do for independent brokers is they provide access to training. Now, all of our general agents in the level funded space have access to Level Funded University, which in my opinion is the best educational program for independent level funders out there. But they also have access to some of my competitors that are good competitors that have webinars on a yearly or quarterly basis that'll walk through different nuances of their programs and also things in the field. The general agents will give you access to these, not just from ATA, but from a number of the other good players in the space. They've seen these problems before, but it keeps you plugged in to what other carriers are seeing, how they're addressing the marketplace in new and novel situations. Frankly, you cannot be everything to everybody, so the general agent enables you to have access to someone who is more of everything in that exact market that you're choosing to pursue, whether it be level funding, or whether it be ancillary lines, or some kind of annuities, whatever it is, the general agents provide the deep expertise that you can either grow over decades of your life, or you can tap into somebody who's already developed that expertise. Now, a deeper philosophical value that general agents provide is they sit on your side of the table. They win when you win. They want you to win. Now, when you change the incentives, and I know we've talked about this a lot on these videos, but when you change the incentives, you change the outcomes. General agents are incentivized to work with you to place more business. That's how they win. Additionally, on a slightly deeper philosophical level here, and hear me out, we have general agents around the country, and a lot of these people I have very personal relationships with. Many of them have my cell phone number, and we text from time to time. Now, that is a very personal level of service that they get access to the CEO of a TPA, of ATA, right? They get direct access to me. Those are the general agents. They matter. Now, putting aside the personal side of it, whenever you're dealing with a problem, is it better or worse to have access to the CEO, the decision maker at that institution? It's always better. The generals have that access. Or if you're an independent agent and you have no leverage, if you have one or two cases, frankly, you don't matter, or you matter a whole heck of a lot less. The general agent is the one that is your bully, so to speak, or the one that can actually shake the bushes and get things done. This is the dirty secret, or the deep level value that general agents provide from a brass tack standpoint for you brawlers out there. The general agents matter to the carriers and the TPAs. So if you have an issue, realize instead of you going in as yourself, you're going in as that institution. Size matters, and this makes you more and more valuable. Frankly, this is why you have TPAs in general. They provide the same value. To the stop-loss carrier or the reinsurance markets, one case for 20 lives doesn't matter. But one TPA with a couple of thousand lives or a couple of thousand groups, that matters. So whenever you change the incentives, again, you change the outcomes. You're getting to a better situation because both sides of the conversation have something at stake. This is another deeper value that a lot of people don't think about that GAs provide to independent brokers. And finally, the GAs provide a place where you can be yourself. A lot of GAs have conferences, a lot of them have webinars, a lot of them have networks of guys that know each other, and they share marketing tactics, scripts, things along this nature to make their people more effective. Now, this is a symbiotic relationship. As the GA produces more and more professional brokers, yes, they get more business, and they also have less problems. The incentives aligned almost perfectly here. When independent brokers go to general agents who are professional, who have great already vetted carriers, who have great training, who keep you in touch with the market and up to date on the market, you're able to go faster because you're not spending your time dealing with the crazy depth. You're able to know or trust that problems will be solved. You have an expert on your side of the table, and you can go out and market and serve more people. This is a classic example of knowing what you do really, really well, if you're the independent broker that serve your main street, and having somebody else handle a part of it so that you can go out and serve more and know that they're still protected as you fight for your clients and you grow your book of business and protect your Main Street America. I hope that makes sense. This is a small snapshot of why level funding through general agents is, in general, for the independent people out there, pardon the pun, is a better way to go. And it's the deep value that great general agents provide: access to more markets, training, they've been there before, expertise, all of these things that lead to more placed business, better renewals, and a little bit better life for your clients and yourself. So get out there, talk to your general agents. Let's fight for a little bit more of America. Let's have some fun. All right.